What's going on, guys? Chase Ghost Picks against the spread. GhostPicksATS.com coming to you for Wednesday morning. It is May the 8th. Hope everyone had a great Tuesday. And let's get started. I have been having some major Wi-Fi issues this morning. I say it's Wi-Fi. It could be YouTube. I couldn't upload anything to Twitter earlier. So hopefully this video doesn't take 7 hours to upload. But luckily, we're not going to give you a free pick in any of the early action games because, to be honest with you, lines are pretty sharp. A lot of these day games for the majority of the season thus far, you've always been able to find a line that's off. Maybe it's not off a lot, but it's still off. Today, looking at these games like, involving the Padres and involving the Brewers, the lines are really sharp. I feel like the lines are right where they need to be, so I don't see value in it betting one side or the other, so we're going to lay off those games. Still looking for that Dunkin' Donuts sponsorship. Anybody knows anyone that works in the marketing department for Dunkin' Donuts, let me know. Cheers. Every day, that's free advertisement, guys. Pretty soon, I'm going to have to charge for this shit. Let me know. Let's get something worked out. All right, yesterday, what everybody wants to talk about, late fire play. Late fire play was a success. It was a lot closer than I wanted it to be, but the Cubs and Chris Bryant ended up pulling it out. The line yesterday, and this is what I talked to Jimmy about, and I gave so many hints in my free video yesterday, or my live feed that I did. So I went live for about 45 minutes in total yesterday, talking baseball, teams, trends, teams to fade, teams to favor. I got a lot of questions yesterday about the Cubs losing the day before. I gave people the reasons why I thought the game went the way that it did. The strike zone was all over the place. And even though those two umps have a history of doing that, the one that was officiating in Baltimore and the one that was officiating at Wrigley, it was still above their normal kind of all over the place. It was really bad. And I'm not saying that they were favoring Miami or favoring Chicago. It was just, it made it really difficult for either team to get any type of rhythm going. They didn't know where the strike zone was. The pitchers really did not know. It was cross your fingers every time the ball leaves the hand. So, but I noticed something that Joe Madden did with the bullpen, and he starts it in reverse, and I said, okay, he is wondering how far John Lester will go the next day, because John has a history of going out there, and if he has a bad first inning or bad second inning or even a bad third inning, John gets flustered easily. And if he has that, he doesn't go far beyond that point. So it was either going to be a really good day for John Lester, or it could have ended up being a bullpen day for the Cubs. And if it ended up being a bullpen day, he was going to put his best foot forward, and some of his best bullpen guys that have been flying under the radar all year to finish out this game and take control of it. John pitched a good game. I got to hand it to Smith for the Marlins. He pitched a fantastic game. I think he set a new strikeout record for him. So, and I'll say this, that throw to second base to tag Javier Baez out was one of the best throws I've seen all year, period, especially from the Marlins. I don't know if you can see my fucking dog running around in the background. But either way, the defense did what they needed to do. There were a couple little errors that really made me think, okay, the Cubs are going to try to give this shit away in true Cubs fashion. But, hey, Javi did his thing, and KB's back, boys. The guy that struggled all season long last year, the one that I said I would not wear his jersey until he came back. I wore his jersey on Sunday for the Cardinals game. He went yard, grand slam yesterday. He belted a 3-run homer, walk-off bottom of the ninth, and it was a beautiful, beautiful thing. So a nice late fire, huge play winner. And people ask me, what's a late fire play? A late fire play is a red alert. But because we've changed our red alert status where it has to hit over 98%, which is not often. It was 96%, which could happen once every week, every other week, once a month. You would get those games based on our system. But because we all kind of had a couple of red alert losses within about a 2-month span, and we have these impeccable records, we're like, all right, we're changing it. It's got to be 98%. Hell, that might only happen once a year, but that's what it's got to be for it to be a red alert. But for the games that are going to hit 96%, which are well above a top-tier status, We got to do something. So what do? We can't call it a red alert, so we call it a late fire play, and we give the customer a discount on it. It was $30 versus $50. You save $20 and you still get a red alert caliber play. So that's what we did yesterday. I've had 2 since Saturday. Saturday, had the Atlanta Braves, a blowout winner against Miami. Came back, faded Miami again against probably one of the top offenses in baseball going right now, even though Houston is still the best and the Braves are right there, very close to tied with them. Neither one of those teams are as hot as the Cubs right now offensively. And the Cubs defense, we know what they can do outside of, pitching sometimes. So a nice, huge late fire play winner. We are now 6-0 in those plays. And, here's something cool for you. Hold it back. That was our script for episode 1 of the podcast, which is done. It is finished. We are just waiting on one form to come in that we have to sign, and it's due to some things that, we bring up in the podcast. That there's legal stuff about it we have to sign saying that we don't promote this or we don't do this, yada, 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 yada. It's just to cover ourselves legally. So that takes a few days for lawyers to type that up and get all the, correct, verbiage, I guess you would want to say. And then we sign it, put it in, it's notarized, and then we are officially cleared to launch on all platforms. So I'm hoping that comes in this week. I've been told that it would. Because the second that it comes in, like one of the things is our intro song. Actually had a DJ that created this song that I 2 years ago, I said I wanted to use this song and reached out to him when I first embarked on potentially doing a podcast. And we put it off. We were doing things with Ghost Picks, and now that the time is now, he allowed us to use it, but of course he gets a residual off of it and things like that. So paperwork to be done with that. But if it comes through, we're ready. All we have to do is sign this paper, and then they give us the go-ahead once it's notarized, and I can hit a button, and boom, it's on all platforms, ready to take over the podcast world. So can't wait. Jared Carrabis, I'm coming for you. Love the Starting 9 podcast. Love Jared Carrabis, and I absolutely am a huge fan of Dallas Braden. Always have been ever since his playing days. Even tell you this, I'm repping the Starting 9 podcast right now, but I'm coming for you. My podcast is going to take over. Let's get into the rest of the recap. So we had the late fire play winner. Nice, easy winner there. Not easy winner, but a nice winner there. We had the Twins on the money line, which if you were on my live feed yesterday, that was my official free play that I gave you. Told you it was a premium on my card. That was a nice, easy winner. On the YouTube video yesterday, gave out the Astros on the run line. They absolutely teed off. The Royals teed off against them. And what's funny is somebody said, you don't know what you're talking about the Royals not being able to hit right-handers on the road. So I told this person, I said, you go back and look, even go back to last season, find me any type of consistency where the Royals show they can hit a right-hander on the road. I said, do it. I said, if you can find it and you can send it to me and show me valid proof that they hit right-handers well on the road over the past year, I'll give you every baseball play I've got for the rest of the season for free. He said, working on it. Still ain't heard nothing from him because it's not there. But they fucking teed off against the Astros yesterday. It was a bloodbath. So I apologize for that play. I'd make that play over again. But that was an embarrassment. And the fact that the Astros just could not generate any offense, the best offense in baseball, couldn't generate any offense against one of the worst teams overall. And then we had Cleveland. As a secondary top-tier play for the 2 for Tuesday, I really liked Cleveland in the spot yesterday, going up 2 high ERAs. No offense whatsoever from both sides. But the White Sox had an inning right there at the beginning where they were able to do just enough off of an error to get across the plate, capitalize one more time, 2-0 shutout at home in Cleveland. There's something going on in Cleveland, guys. I told one of my good clients yesterday that we text back and forth a lot. He's like, wow, shutout at home. And I said, listen, it's not making an excuse, but something weird is going on in Cleveland. I don't know what it is, but something's not right. Look at their overall body language. Look at when they're getting beat 9-1 by the White Sox at home. It's almost like it's just, who cares? It is what it is. Well, whatever happens, happens. And it's not just from the player side of it. It's from the managerial side of it as well, and the coaching side of it. I have a feeling, and I don't know this for a fact, but I've been following baseball every day of my life for forever. Professionally, ever since I've been blessed enough to do this, The last 5 years of my life have been consumed by baseball every single day. I can tell you anything you want to know about any team, any manager, any bullpen, any umpire. Something's not right there. And I would not be surprised if by the end of May, mid-June, we look for a big hire/fire in Cleveland. Maybe general manager, maybe manager, maybe pitching coach, maybe coaching staff altogether. Something's not right, and a change is going to happen. There's too much talent on the team for them to go out there and keep doing like this. I don't think Cleveland's a great team. I don't think Cleveland is destined to go to the World Series by any means, but you're playing in the AL Central. This right here should be a cakewalk from start to finish. This should be the easiest division in baseball to go out there, especially with their talent level versus the rest of the division. This should be over by the All-Star break. And I've always said this year, White Sox are a good team. People are not giving them enough credit, but they're not that good. They're not good enough where they should sweep Cleveland at home. So, big game today in Cleveland. I'm still going to break that game down. We'll see what happens, but we ended up losing that. We had the Red Sox on the run line yesterday. That was a high-scoring game, but the Red Sox ended up coming out, showing who the more dominant team is, showing where the talent lies. Big game in Baltimore today with Cashner on the mound, as well as Christopher Allen Sale, one of the most talked about pitchers in the offseason, one of the most hyped pitchers going into this year, who has been a dumpster fire. He's been awful, and he's still heavily favored today. Can he do it? Can he break out of it? Or will he go out there and show that he's overpaid and past his prime? We'll see. All right, and we had one NHL play yesterday, St. Louis Blues on the money line. That was a winner. So overall, a good day. Big late fire winner, made people a ton of money. I think that was one of the best turnouts we've had for a play like that as far as people purchasing, and they all cashed tickets. So congratulations. Let's jump on a free play. Everybody's going to hate this play, and I'm going to get a ton of comments going, oh, it's just because you're a fan and you need to quit betting with your heart. Blow me. It has nothing to do with that. We are going to take the Chicago Cubs today to go ahead and finish off the Miami Marlins in a 3-1 series win with Kyle Hendricks on the mound. Kyle Hendricks has not been a backable pitcher all year. Past 2 starts have been good. He even pulled out a Greg Maddux his last start. I don't know if anybody knows what that means when I say it, but he pitched a complete game, a shutout game, and he did it in under 100 pitches. That is impressive to match what is undoubtedly one of the greatest pitchers of all time, and I'd probably say my favorite pitcher of all time, Greg Maddux. He pulled a Greg Maddux. So, is Kyle in rhythm? Yes, but Kyle still knows that he has a lot to live up to. What he did last year and what he's done so far this year have not been something that will keep him in the Cubs organization long term, and it will not keep him in relative talks of being a good pitcher. So every game for at least the rest of the season, he is going to go out there with that mentality of, I have sucked, I've got to turn it around, I can't take a game off. He's going to go out there, he's going to get a good shot at doing it against a terrible offensive team in Miami. Plus, Urena, who sucks, gets to go out there and pitch against one of the most potent offenses in baseball. We're getting good value here. We can take the Cubs on the run line and only lay $1.10 at Wrigley to take care of this series, win 3-1, with Hendricks on the mound to take another win and start being in the realm of conversation of top pitching again. Hendricks wants it. The Cubs want it. They're not going to lay off. It's going to be another chilly night in Wrigley, and the wind's supposed to be whipping around pretty good. I look for the professor to throw those 80-mile-an-hour pitches, 89-mile-an-hour fastballs, 79-mile-an-hour breaking balls, 84-mile-an-hour changeups. Weird speed for a changeup, right? I look for him to do that, and I look for the offense to get hot. I look for the Cubs to go yard at least 3 times, and I look for an easy run line winner. Cubs minus 110 on the run line. That is a premium play. I don't give a shit what you say about me being a Cubs fan. That's a good play. That's where value is. I've only lost 1 Cubs game this year when I played them, and I'm going to play them again. I'm going to ride them until there's no value in riding them. And I'm going to continue to cash tickets. If you think I'm betting with my heart and you don't want to back me, so be it. I don't care. But I'm taking the Cubs on the run line -110 against Miami. That is a free premium play. And be on the lookout, everybody that's bought the packages. My weeks are $1.99, months are $5.99. I will have another late fire and or red alert play probably by the end of the week. So if you want to jump on a month package, go jump on it. And if you jump on it today, you'll get that next play for absolutely free. Weeks are $1.99. You get all premium and top tier for 7 days. All sports, but obviously what we are focused on mainly is the MLB. And I guess that's it. That's really all I can think of. Go jump on. Don't miss out. Let's go cash these tickets together. You want to know why I'm the best MLB in the country? Because I'm consistent. I'm going to lose. I'm going to have losing days, but I'm going to tell you. And I'm transparent about it. Good luck. God bless. Grind on. Go Cubs -1.5. Let's get it.